Have you ever sat alone in a quiet room and whispered to God, "Why am I alone right now?" Have you ever watched people slowly disappear from your life, even when you tried to be patient, kind, and loving? Loneliness can feel like rejection, it can feel like punishment, and many of us believe that God is taking people away from us. But sometimes God is not taking anything away, sometimes He is creating space. This story is about loneliness, faith, and how God gently prepares a heart by quieting the world around it. Please stay until the end, because this truth may change how you see your own silent seasons. In a peaceful countryside village, where narrow dirt paths wound between modest homes and golden fields that danced with the wind, lived an elderly woman named Martha. She moved slowly and spoke softly, but her presence carried calm like a warm light that never went out. Her house was small, wooden walls, a simple roof, but anyone who entered felt safe. Martha believed that wherever kindness lived, God lived too, and she made sure her home never ran out of kindness. Once her life had been full of sound and laughter. Her husband was a cheerful man who worked hard and laughed easily. Their son Daniel was curious and full of questions about the world, about life, about God. They worked the land together, shared quiet meals, prayed before sleep, and dreamed simple dreams. Martha often thanked God, not for riches or comfort, but for enough love. Then one winter, illness arrived quietly. Her husband grew weaker each day. Martha stayed beside him through long nights, feeding him gently, holding his hand, whispering prayers she had learned as a child. Sometimes she begged God for healing. Other times, she only asked him to stay close. When her husband passed away one early morning, the house suddenly felt too large and painfully silent. Martha cried alone, asking God why love had to hurt so deeply. Yet in that silence, something unexpected happened. Along with grief, she felt a quiet assurance, as if God was reminding her that His presence had not left with her husband. The silence hurt, but it was not empty. As years passed, Martha grew slower. Her hands trembled, her back bent from labor and time. Still, she prayed. She believed God does not give strength for an entire lifetime, only for the day we are standing in. When Daniel grew older, he left for the city. At first, he returned often with stories, laughter, and gifts, but gradually his visits became shorter, then rare, until months passed without him coming at all. Martha learned to eat her meals alone. She learned the sound of the wind at night. Some evenings, loneliness pressed heavily on her chest. Quietly, she asked God, "Is this all that remains for me?" But each morning, she rose before the sun, washed her face, lit a small lamp, folded her hands, and thanked God for another day. She never asked God to remove her loneliness. She only asked to remain useful. Martha cooked simple meals, tended her small garden, and felt closest to God when her hands touched the soil. Children passing by often stopped at her gate. She offered them bread, fruit, and gentle stories. She listened to their worries, believing God listens the same way, patiently, no matter how small the heart. Some villagers wondered why she gave so much while living alone. Martha would smile and say, "Loneliness is not empty when God is present." Even animals seemed drawn to her home. Birds rested on her roof. A thin old dog waited by her door every morning. Martha would pet its head and whisper, "God sends those who need love." One summer, Daniel returned, tired, restless, and distant. He watched his mother serve others, giving what little strength she had left. Confused, he said, "Mother, why do you work so hard? People will forget you. You should rest." Martha looked at him gently and replied, "My son, God has not forgotten me, and as long as I can give love, I am not alone." Daniel did not understand. To him, loneliness meant failure. A full life meant noise, not quiet service. That evening, a poor traveler came asking for food. Martha welcomed him without hesitation. Before leaving, the man blessed her, saying, "May God return your kindness when your strength is gone." Daniel heard the back words, but their meaning had not yet reached his heart. As time passed, Martha grew weak. Her nights became longer, her body frail, loneliness returned. But instead of bitterness, her prayers grew deeper. One winter, she became seriously ill. She could no longer cook or stand. When the villagers heard, something unexpected happened. People came from everywhere. Women brought soup, children sat beside her bed, men stood outside praying quietly. In that moment, Martha realized none of her love had been wasted. God had kept it all. Daniel rushed back. Seeing the room full of people caring for his mother, his heart finally broke open. He whispered through tears, "Mother, you were never alone." Martha smiled weakly and said, "God never takes love away, he only moves it." After her recovery, Daniel begged her to live with him in the city. City life was loud and crowded. At times, Martha still felt lonely inside the apartment. One day, Daniel took her to an orphanage. When he asked if she would help there, tears filled her eyes. She knew God had answered her loneliness once again. She cooked, she told stories, she prayed softly, she held children when they cried. They called her Grandma Martha. Years later, when she passed away peacefully, people from every part of her life came to honor her. Daniel finally understood his mother's lonely seasons were never empty. They were guided. When God allows loneliness, he is not punishing you, he is preparing you. He removes noise so you can hear love clearly. He removes people so your heart can grow wider. If you feel lonely today, remember this: God may be shaping you into light for someone you haven't met yet. Love given through God never disappears. It only finds new places to live.